on them. There's some of the hospitals in our listening area have changed which healthcare group oversees the hospital. Some of that affects your coverage. So open enrollment is every year between October 15th and December 7th, Pearl Harbor Day. During that time, you get to make choices for next year, especially people who have got new doctors or have got new prescriptions, new medications they weren't taking before. The plans can change. They have to file with CMS early in the year, and then they can't change it during the course of the year. But the decisions you make during open enrollment are really take effect January 1st of 2026, and they run next year. If you are just going on Medicare, or everybody that's already on Medicare gets to review. We had one listener, Kelly, was able to save substantial money on their premiums because another Medicare broker in the area didn't put them in the policy that was going to save them the most money. There was no additional cost to the customer, and fortunately it was at a time where we were able to make the adjustment. Don't let that happen to you. Give Kelly a call at 724-684-6600. We have got worked out a thing. I'd mentioned it on an earlier show, but in some cases, we are able to help you do a Roth conversion where we may be able to get someone else to pay your taxes, or at least a substantial portion of them. Now, that sounds pretty good, doesn't it? Wouldn't you love to have somebody else pay your taxes? To find out if this would work for you, 724-684-6600. Roth conversions are good for a number of reasons. One, the growth on them is not taxable if you meet two rules. One's 59.5, so many of our listeners already have that one. And two, you have to be in some kind of a Roth for 5 years. If you took money out before then, you wouldn't pay taxes on it because you already paid them, but you would pay on the growth. If you afterwards, you don't. There's no RMDs. If you have successful children who you're going to be leaving money to, a Roth is a much better way than an IRA. They have to take it out within 10 years, a non-spouse, and if they're in their highest earning years, that can be very, very expensive. So from tax planning, to keep IRMA from raising your Medicare premiums, it can happen substantially. So why wouldn't you want to see if this makes sense for you? If somebody else will pay a large share of your taxes, wouldn't you want that to happen? To find out if this situation is right for you, give me a call, 724-684-6600. Also, remember, you call the same number if you want to try and lock in some higher interest rates. Now, as we're wrapping up today's show, I know that we have some federal employees in the audience. We have done spatial training. We belong to a group, one of the biggest educating groups on federal benefits. If you work someplace, if you're a supervisor and you needed a presentation for federal employees to better understand their benefit, we may be able to help you if you give us a call. But we understand how the spatial supplement and all the different parts of being a federal employee work. Most planning firms don't do a lot of that. So if you're in that situation, be sure and call us. If taxes are important overall, if you have a duplex that you're selling, if you have a small business that you're selling, you can get killed on taxes. You can get your rate very, very high. We belong to groups. We have over 40 strategies to help lower taxes, including maybe getting somebody else to help pay some of the taxes on your Roth conversion. So tax planning is very different than tax preparation. Tax preparation is doing the return and finding out how much the damage is. We are doing tax planning, and many, many places are not doing that. So consider all the different things. Look at your financial future in a whole picture. That's why we call the show that. Be sure and read our column that'll be coming out soon in the Senior Times. Many of you have read our column in the local papers for a long, long period of time. We're taking a break from that right now. But if we want to understand, when we meet with somebody, we need to understand you and your family's spatial needs, whether you have a spatial need child, what's your health, what's this and that. Because somebody that's just on the telephone, 1-800, whoever answers the phone, can't do as complete of a job because they don't know you and understand you. And if there's one dominant financial person in your household, what happens when something happens to them? The other person can be left in limbo. We help with that. So as we wrap up today's show, give us a call, 724-684-6600. I'm Certified Financial Planner Gary Boatman, and have a great day.
Did you know the average 65-year-old couple, according to Fidelity Investments, will spend $235,000 on health care over their lifetime? And that does not include long-term care costs on medical expenses. If you are approaching age 65 or getting ready to retire, you will need to sign up for Medicare. When that time comes, it is best to talk to a company like Boatman Wealth Management that offers many options as opposed to hearing from only one company. Costs and plans will vary from person to person. Clients at Boatman Wealth Management are thankful that they can look into a plan that's best for each person and based on their needs. Their goal with Boatman Wealth Management is to keep your out-of-pocket costs as low as possible for your situation. If you are approaching 65 or planning to retire, call the office of Boatman Wealth Management at 724-684-6600. That's 724-684-6600 to get answers to your Medicare questions versus 1-800 whoever answers the phone.
You look station WMBS. The daily obituary announcements are next.
Hello. My name is James Santilli, and I am asking for your vote this November for Fayette County Recorder of Deeds. As a lifelong county resident, it would be an honor to represent you. I have lived my life, both personally and professionally, treating others how I would want to be treated, always with the foundation of good faith, recognizing we all have so much in common. I am seeking a political position, but it should be an apolitical office. That's my promise. I hope you will consider voting for me this November.
Paid for by the candidate.
Faith in Blue is back. The annual kickball tournament at Bailey Park in Uniontown connects local law enforcement and faith leaders with the community in an inspiring and family-friendly setting. It is an event that promotes unity, community pride, and most importantly, fun. Faith in Blue will feature free food, games for the kids, photo ops, and, of course, the kickball tournament. To register players, which include children ages 6 through 12, in the October 11th tournament, visit myfaithassembly.churchcenter.com.
Are you interested in earning your degree online or finishing your degree? Take your career to the next level at Salem University. Salem University offers more than 50 online degrees and certificate programs. Learn how you can advance your career with degrees in nursing, business, education, criminal justice, and IT. Salem has 4-week classes starting once a month. Contact Salem University by dialing 844-462-9128, option 1, or visit salemu.edu to see if you are eligible for our partnerships offering tuition scholarships.
Do you need a fast, friendly notary service that is open in the evening? Sandy Howell Notary Services is here for you, offering new PA and West Virginia plates and ready to assist with your vehicle, boat, motorcycle, and ATV registrations and transfers, plate renewals, and more. Serving Fayette County and all surrounding areas. Open weekdays from 10 to 8:30 and Saturdays from 9 to 5. Sandy Howell Notary Services, Dry Knob Road, Smithfield. Call 724-564-8955. Big enough to serve you, small enough to know you by name.
Sympathetic help and counsel have always been a part of the Jerome W. Shell Funeral Home's services. The Jerome W. Shell Funeral Home is proud to announce their association with Forethought Life, a program designed to let you plan your funeral in advance. If you're between the ages of 40 and 90, you can't be turned down for any reason. For more information on Forethought Funeral Planning, call the Jerome W. Shell Funeral Home, one of the area's oldest Forethought members. And now to the obituaries.
Good morning. Here are the obituary announcements for Saturday, September 20th, 2025. Forrest Dale Lally, Jr. of Washington passed away Wednesday at the age of 56. A gathering of family and friends will be held this morning from 9 until noon at the Pittsburgh Cremation and Funeral Care on Washington Road in McMurray. Forrest Dale Lally, Jr. Richard Earl Dick Forsyth of Connellsville passed away Tuesday at the age of 88. Family and friends will be received at the Brooks Funeral Home in Connellsville this morning from 10 until noon. Richard Earl Dick Forsyth. Dolores A. Dory Ruck of Connellsville passed away Tuesday at the age of 97. Arrangements made through the Brooks Funeral Home in Connellsville. At her request, services and interment are private. Dolores A. Dory Ruck. Mr. Andrew H. Sadowski of Cool Spring passed away Saturday, September 13th at the age of 96. Arrangements made through the Stephen R. Hockey Funeral Home in Uniontown. A massive Christian burial will be held at noon today at St. Mary Nativity Church in Uniontown.